It is me, your girl Bunny, and
Coach Stringer here.
she's back in the building with us, y'all. Well, virtually, but yes, ladies' night ready. Hold it down. So, first, everybody, thank you for tuning in to the Platform Sports Talk Show. If you haven't already, please subscribe. You can visit us on our Facebook page under the Platform Sports Talk Show. Also go on Twitter and even YouTube. And especially if you go on YouTube, yeah, I'm trying to reach for that bell. My belly won't let me be great. Oh, but if you go on YouTube, subscribe, click on that bell, my makeshift bell. Because anytime we go live, you will be notified. So, again, thanks for everyone tuning in. I would like to thank, of course, our host with the most, DJ Fred, aka Smoooth. Also, shout out to Stanton and our girl Jobo. Um, what else is going on in our world? So, it's another hump day. It's August. Finally, we are almost done with summer. Hey, I keep blinking. I'm like, damn, we in another month and we still in this pandemic. Like, Coach Stringer, is it me? Because I swear, like this time last year, we were still at I guess you could still say the beginning of it, kind of.
Yeah.
But we didn't think like 2021, we would still be talking about this in cases going up. Like, we still on the damn pandemic. We still got corona.
It was there.
I'm over it.
You and me both. These masks are getting so annoying.
Girl, and then it's to the point now, I promise y'all, I give a new mask and another one disappear. And then I done refine one and then lose another one. I'm like, God dang it, I know I had it here. I done watched them just, look, man, 10 years from now, we're going to see all memes about remember when. And there's going to be pictures of masks hanging from mirrors and car seats and purses and everywhere. We're just going to have all memes of this remember wearing masks everywhere.
Okay, wait for it to be done. If it's ever done.
I know, eventually. I just don't know when.
Right.
But anyway, how you been, Coach Trigger? What's going on in your world?
Man, this busy for real. I just got back from Iowa yesterday. I went to a basketball camp out there, so just been nonstop traveling.
Ah, so she's a domestic globetrotter. I hear. Domestic globetrotter in this country. Okay.
Yeah.
So how was the camp in Iowa? Who was there? What was going on? What you see?
So I had to take a couple of my players to Iowa Westland. They had a 2022 camp where they just kind of was evaluating the upcoming players. I took one of my post players with my guards. We just came back from Indiana, so we came back from Indiana Sunday and left Monday to go to Iowa. So it was just a lot of younger kids in 2022 class, and coaches was really interested in my two players. So it kind of went great.
Good. So you're living out of suitcases, but it's all for the kids. I get
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
For y'all that don't know, Coach Stringer is, I don't know if you would call yourself just the head coach or the CEO or which one we call it, Action No Mercy. What title you go by?
Big time CEO.
Okay. Action No Mercy, y'all. If y'all not following her, please do. Instagram, you on Twitter too?
Yep.
That's your Twitter, Facebook. Hey, I'm telling y'all, and I love what she's doing with these young men. Because sometimes they come to you as boys and they finish off as men, or they came in as men and you just grew them to be better men. And this is just not about basketball, but I just see the video she posts. The like she said, you took them out of town, had people scouting and recruiting her players, and she posts every time somebody gets an offer. She posts her young men, the journey they went on, and what schools they accepted the offers from for basketball. So shout out to Coach Stringer, y'all. She is an amazing woman doing amazing things with these young men, especially in the St. Louis area. You know, we always hear negative stuff. So just tell me real quickly, Coach Stringer, about your journey on how you got started with Action No Mercy, from when you started and how's it going now?
Oh man, when I started, I was writing out ideas for 3 years. I didn't know how I was gonna go about it. I was getting rejected from coaching offers because I'm not from St. Louis, so I came from Atlanta, trying to build something ground up. Started coaching 5th grade and 3rd grade basketball. Wound up meeting a cool dude named Mark. He told me he wanted to kind of just mentor me through it all. And shortly after that, I started getting my coaching offers to coach high schools. I did a private school. I did Jennings. I did like a couple games at U City. Then I started going hard with AAU basketball in the summertime. So this is my 3rd year coaching AAU boys full time. And then I just started like researching like what will make me different as far as training aspect, recruiting, and things that is going to St. Louis that I have yet to see. So I studied a lot of different people and just to see where I could step out at. And then I started to just really go forth with it. And I started training more players, started recruiting players to go to school. And when COVID hit, it just was the year that everything has turned around for me. I started getting more kids to school. I started, coaching harder. And this past year has just been amazing. I've met so many college coaches. So much respect was given to me. I started a YouTube series called Rejected to Respected, just showing the underdogs that I target, how so many schools overlook these kind of players and how I develop them. And it's just been great. A lot of different players have grown, like you said, from young men to young adults. Their characters speaking values to where they probably had a rough lifestyle and they have an exit now. So I'm grateful for everything that I've been doing, and the players have chosen to stick around and give me opportunity to showcase their talent. So it's been great.
Man, that sounds so exciting. And just 3 years. All that I've seen that you have done in 3 years.
Yeah, it took me 3 years to actually put my foot down and try this business. But when I actually tried and did what I need to do, it took me a year to really get all this stuff fulfilled. And COVID helped out a great amount. I know people say COVID messed up their life and so much negative, but COVID was probably the positive thing for me that happened in my life.
I get you. I've said the same thing. I said I'm fortunate for people that have lost their lives because of COVID-19.
Yeah.
But I can say it's helped me too. And I'm like, I got more positive than negative out of it. I
Yeah.
would say so. I think other people like it's yourself saying it helped. And then sometimes, you had a pause and we were forced to pause actually.
Yeah.
Step back, regroup, rethink, and then you gone. Look, you got the game with it and gone. Okay.
It's been a blessing in disguise for the most part, but everything happens for a reason, I think.
True, true. That is true. You know who Miss Joya C. Gardner is? She said, okay, CEO.
Yeah.
He winning,
My
boss. That's
girl.
what I'm saying.
That's my girl.
Yeah, we see Coach Stringer making moves out here, just like, especially in the male dominated fields, industry area, and you just, whatever. You know
That's
what?
been tough too.
It is.
That's been because when I do my business stuff, I don't put my face card out there. I just have my logo. So I want the audience to just focus on the craft and the work that goes on behind it. So they don't know the person's face unless they see me coaching in person or we have an interaction. But a lot of times when these coaches call me, they hear my voice. It's like, oh, Coach Stringer, it's me. When I go to these camps and these schools, and I walk with the coach, and after they've been blowing my phone up and called me all the time, I show my face. It's like, oh, we wouldn't have assumed you was a female coach just from you don't post your face. So I leave it like that on purpose. I want to spook everybody out. Y'all don't need to know who I am. And when you do see me, just know you gotta respect me.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that. See,
It is.
see what this knowledge y'all getting and hearing about on Ladies Night. Hey, we got Coach Stringer bring it to y'all raw and uncut. Okay.
It is what it is.
Everybody that's looking at this stream, please like, and share this post. I'm telling you, Coach Stringer, you got some girl. I can't wait for your book to come out because you just got so much information, so much of your journey. And you just told us only about St. Louis aspect. I know you're originally from Atlanta, but
Yeah.
it is just so much. And I know so much people don't even know. You probably are players. They're just thinking you just coach and coach being hard on me, and they don't know coach's story. But
Yeah. I just had a heart to heart with my boys in Indiana. We sat down and had a heart to heart for 45 minutes.
really,
Yeah, we have those conversations. Like I said, I work with a lot of the underdogs in St. Louis. A lot of people don't know if you don't go to these top private schools, you really don't have a chance out, and it's kind of crazy. So I really want the underdogs, the ones that's gonna fight, that know they got something to prove, and they don't get that love in the city. They don't get that kind of I care. So I sit down, and I have heart to hearts like, hey, look, y'all soft as shit right now, but I love y'all. I love y'all, and I want the best for y'all. But at the end of the day, I'm not just y'all coach. At the end of the day, I want y'all to know I care about y'all as a person. So even if basketball don't work, if y'all ever need something, here's my number. I got an open door policy. My kids will FaceTime me at 11 o'clock at nighttime just to say goodnight. Call me in the morning just to say, hey, coach. And that's the kind of relationship we have with my players. But they know when it's time for game time, ain't no mercy on them either. They will get the words, and afterwards we'll hug it out. But that's just how it is. You got to be tough on the boys, but you also got to show love because a lot of these boys have voice they need to feel they don't have. So Yeah, I try to make sure they know I care about them.
Said,
after I cuss them out. But,
oh, well, she's like, I'm a heart of y'all. Y'all selfish.
I said all the time, man, they know. It's
Oh
all
man, that's funny. That they didn't hear it though, because I promise you, the younger generation with their version of adversity or what they think is adversity. Shoot, man, you know what? I ain't even like no old head, but still,
yeah.
I know some stuff y'all think ain't nothing. It was just, I guess, normal to us to not have what some of the stuff that they have, and they just think if they go without one, whatever.
This generation is very spoiled. They want entitlement all the time, but no. Can't do it. Can't do it.
You know, Miss Nika Gary, or is it Nika? How do I pronounce it? Nika or Nika? Gary?
Nika.
Nika Gary. She said the male dominated industry that's big, okay, that you doing what you doing. And Cherie Stokes said she's hard on the boys, but they love her.
My mom. She was with me this past weekend. She flew down from Atlanta and went to Indiana with me, so she got to experience the AAU tournament. It was a big tournament, it's the big championship tournament. So
Really?
She didn't get to see me coach these last couple of years because I coached high school basketball. So she flew down for the last.
For supporting her. Thank. Hey, I share everybody wins with me. I'm like, hey, I support all women. When one win, we all win. Okay.
Sure.
Oh, and speaking of the tournament, and you're talking about these players, these young boys coming in, where they're getting these scholarships from D1, D2, D3, JUCO don't matter as long as they get an opportunity.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of them actually take it to the next level where they can possibly make an NBA roster? I'm not saying star to be a number one draft, a roster, because that's not easy either.
I think with this class I have this year, I think one of my players can go to the league just off of pure talent. A lot of my players can make it. I think if you put the work in, anybody can make it to the league. My goal right now is just for them to be prepared to play in college, to be mature enough to grab what's needed for college. It's a lot of talent as far as playing the game, but a lot of it comes from mentality. You gotta have the mentality to work hard, to work out at 5 o'clock in the morning, to go do weights, go do to do that kind of mental thing. So you can be as great as you want to be, but if you don't have the mentality for it, you're not going to make it anywhere. So I think that talent-wise, a lot of my players can probably make it to the next level. But when they become more mature and develop that hunger to want the game with the mind frame of state of it, I think that a couple of them can go, most definitely.
Okay. So when you're talking about some of them are soft, you try to toughen them up. Is one of the mentality, 5 o'clock in the morning doing weight, because in college it's tougher, right? You 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. We don't care the sun ain't up. You better get in this weight room.
Yes, I make my boys do 3 sets of 25 push-ups before practice. And they be like, oh, coach, my arm is dead. I said, this ain't nothing. You go to college, guess what? If you can't do 100 push-ups, you might as well go back to your dorm room. Because none of that. It's none of that at all. But, like, I have a 6'6" player. He's so long, and I always be like, if you lay up this ball, I promise you're going to be a problem. There's no way you should do any more layups in your lifetime. At 6'6". So
he don't want to do. What's he scared of?
I don't know. He'll go for a lab. I say, you know what?
Dude.
Put your balls on his head. That's why I say all the time. Put your balls on his head. And when I said it, he's like, all right, coach. I said, because everything else is soft.
Oh, what the heck? Go on posterizer. I love it.
That's all I say.
Do other coaches talk like you?
I don't know.
But you raw and uncut.
I'm honest. I'm honest with it, and I know my audience. So I know, like in high school, I can't do a lot of this stuff. But at AAU, I have the freedom of speech. I cuss my players out, say what I gotta say, and they gravitate to it and do what I gotta say. But I don't go. I don't disrespect my players. I don't call them out their name. But 6'6", balls to the face. If you don't do it, you're gonna be on the bench. It is what it is.
I love it. Oh my gosh, Coach Stringer. I get what you said. Look, I'll use the Girl Scout word. Just go and posterize them. You just like F that ball on the head.
That's what you gotta do.
Let them know what stitch you use down there. You better get all up in and dunk on that boy. Quit being soft and laying it up. Six it.
And don't help him up when you dunk. You just walk away. That's all you do. Walk away. We ain't shaking no hands or nothing.
Oh, Coach Strick, I need to sit behind you on the bench, man, because I will be bugging. I promise I would.
It's entertaining. It's very entertaining. I'm never happy. Like I might, I don't sit down when I coach. So like the whole game, I'm just pacing back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't sit down unless we up by, 30 plus because my boys get comfortable with the lead and they just like to play around. Let teams come back. So I never get to sit down. But yeah, so I happy or mad, I always find something to yell about. And that's just me. Though. I got high expectations.
Oh, I love it. My thing is when I watch sports, and basketball's my favorite, but when I watch any sport, the thing I need you or the players out there entertain me.
Yeah.
Now y'all are people, y'all are person, I get it. But the
Right.
couple hours you out there, entertain me. Because I got other problems going on. I don't want to think about it. I want you to entertain me so I can forget about it. For at least the 2
Right.
hours, you know?
Sure. I'm with you on that though. I'm definitely with you on that.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Sharisa. I'm sorry, not Sharisa. Jaya said, that's right, coach. In reference to being on the boys and telling them 6'6" ball on the head. Yeah. And she also said, you are what the game needs. We love you.
Oh man, all love. All love.
And I can see the way your passion energy is. The NBA, before we get on this free agency and the Brinks truck that they've been rolled out, I've talked about this before with NBA, many more women coaches, assistants, head coaches, whatever.
Right.
I know it is a calling for you on that level too. I mean, just you will help take away the stereotype of women not coaching to men, number
Right.
one. And number two, because you will know the game, you
Right.
know how to relate to your players. I just need someone to give you that opportunity. And I'll
Man.
still be entertained with all that passion in it. Because I don't care you assistant or whatever. Anybody that knows the game and cares for players, you're gonna be heard. You ain't gotta be at the end of the bench. You don't have to be
Right.
the one on the side. The players relate to people because I know on college level and pros, they have more than one coach.
Yeah.
And some got more than one trainer sometimes. So
For
we need
sure.
somebody to tap into you. Come on.
Yeah, they keep asking if I want to coach college. I'm kind of like, no. I mean, if the opportunity presents it to where I want to do it, but the last couple of opportunities I've been presented, I just have more fun getting my kids to school. Right now, like the placement of it, I enjoy recruiting. Recruiting is fun. Like it's so fun to reach out to these
Really?
coaches. Yeah, I love it. The recruiting process is amazing. You just really get to negotiate. The negotiation is the best part for me. Like I'm sitting there crunching up numbers. Like, well, this school is offering this. This school
Mm-hmm.
offering this. What could you do for my player? So the negotiation is fun. And then honestly, watching the kids work hard for something that is actually fun. So when they get the offer, when one of my kids just got an offer, it was just like, oh my god, I didn't believe I was gonna ever get an offer. I'm like, shoot, you got one now. Like we got to keep going, and especially with
Right.
NCAA letting these kids get money for their name, like you gotta take advantage of it. You just have to.
Mm-hmm. So she's a number cruncher.
Man, I'll be negotiating when you're offering uh free tuition, free food, and free housing. Well, this school is actually offering academics too. So what can you do to level up with them because they offering? I do all that. I be on. They probably like, God, leave. Why is
So
she
she
doing
an
this to
agent
us?
too. She's an agent for them to get scholarship offer, but you an agent monetarily too. It's
Look,
like you
I
got
want
all
the
these
best
hats you
deal.
wear, honey.
I want the best deal for my kids. 'Cause, a lot of these schools just be looking at the hype,
Mm-hmm.
getting money for the school, not really caring about the person. Like, even if my kid get hurt their first year of going to college, what else can you do to make sure they'll be okay in school if they're not playing? Are you going to make sure their classes are good? Are you going to make sure they have the right classes? Or you just want that athlete to be in your
Mm-hmm.
program just to be able to play basketball? And
Right.
a lot of these coaches, the way they come at me, and I don't know if it's because they assume it's a male behind it, the board or whatever the case might be, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not like, well, we want to make sure the kid come to school to get the right grades because of that. It's not a lot of those conversations. So I ask questions that a lot of coaches may not ask because I don't care about. I mean, I love basketball, but
Mm-hmm.
basketball don't work for everybody. They can go to college
Right.
and never play again.
Right.
But
You
I
get
want my boys to
injured
be
or
able to have a
something. Yeah.
scholarship to go to school and get a degree at least.
Right.
So
If they're using you for your talent, use them for their education, right?
that's how the game
Let's just
works.
make this a win-win.
That works for sure.
With all this basketball knowledge you got, how did you get all of like where did it start from? Like who taught you game basketball? Like who was some of your influences?
Like I said honestly before, I never wanted to play basketball in my life. Like I never wanted to. I told you before I wanted to be a rapper. I told you
Yeah, I
I wanted
remember
to be a
that.
rapper. And then when I started to play, at first it was like, okay, I'm popular. I can hoop, if somebody see me on the court, they gonna like me. So when I went to high school, it was kind of like I was BSing. I was at that point. I was semi good. I could make a couple shots. I could play defense. I wasn't in love with it yet. But then like my sophomore year, I was like, okay, this is actually kind of fun. Like I don't have to go to class the last 3 blocks. I'm traveling to go to games, and then summertime I'm traveling to do all this fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it is something for me. And then my junior year, they was like, your grades aren't there. You might not graduate on time. You might want to reconsider, who you're hanging out with, what you're doing in your free time. And I was like, well, I want to go to Auburn University. Like I want to go D1. Like I ain't know nothing about none of this. I was like, I go to
Mm-hmm.
D1. Went to the camp in Auburn, saw everybody hooping. I'm like, man, I'm finna bust somebody. I don't care. I played against the top competition. I realized I wasn't there yet. And they was talking about GPAs, and I'm like, I wasn't there yet. So my senior year, like I was a late bloomer. My senior year, I went all in. Like I really focused on it, and I had to fight for my scholarship. Like I had to go to tryouts. I, I got I got I got cut. Like I went to try out at it was a JUCO in Tennessee. They was like, if your post player don't come, you ain't finna hoop for us. Like you good now, but we want your post player more. I'm like, what you saying? So if she don't come, I can't come. It was like in so many words, yeah. And then I went to Georgia Perimeter, tried out. I'm busting all the sophomores at JUCO. I'm just busting everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like maybe I wasn't good enough. So then I went to Lawson State, and I'm just going full. I'm like, at this point, I don't know what my future lies. I don't know what's going on. Like I'm just leave out on the court, and I bust everybody but then they offered me a full ride. And that freshman year of college, they don't tell you, when you go to HBCUs, like you're gonna party your life away. You're gonna see some stuff you ain't never seen before. So I'm in there cutting up. I'm partying all night,
It's
just doing
irreplaceable. I
everything
promise the
free.
coach is irreplaceable. But here
I
nor
went
there.
crazy. I didn't do my schoolwork. Like my coaches was helping me with. And that's why I'm saying I understand. College coaches will do your homework for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I had people doing my homework and help me out with stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then shortly, I just was like, man, this coach ain't messing with me, man. Like this coach ain't really trying to put me on the court. You know what I mean? It was like it
Mm.
was an area where like I was in Birmingham. Like I pledged and everything. I met some cool people, but when it came to basketball, like I wasn't happy. I had gained like 20 pounds. Like I just lost hunger
Mm.
for it, and they released me on my scholarship. That like
Oh.
the last day of school, it was like, what's going on? Do you want to stay here? At this point, I'm like, man, whatever. I don't care what y'all doing me. Like I'm turned off by the school. Like it
Mm.
is. And so I left. I left the last day of school after they told me they was gonna keep me. They wound up cutting me, and I was like, man, like what am I gonna do? Like
Mm.
forget school. But then I wound up, going to another school, and at that point, I'm like, I'm at a place where my skin wasn't really accepted yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I got to do something. So
Mm.
I started buckling down to my schoolwork, trying to prove to the community, like, we can do. Our people can do this. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
we can do it. And after that, I just started learning more about the game. I was watching videos about, Pat, because I was in Tennessee. I'm
Okay.
studying UT basketball, Tennessee, like all kinds of stuff. I'm learning the game from ins and outs.
Okay.
And then after that, I just got like so deep in love with basketball. I'm like, man, if I didn't play basketball, I probably wouldn't be in school. So I'm just doing all kind of research, all kind of different things. I'm
Okay.
traveling, meeting other coaches I'm playing against, just learning about their programs.
Mm-hmm.
And when I graduated, I started playing semi-pro. So now I'm on another level of basketball. Okay, now semi-pro. What's next? Okay, I'm navigating through semi-pro, learning more things about games. I'm the only person that was on my semi-pro team that didn't play D1. So I'm
Really?
watching mentors teach me about the game, like positioning, plays, dynamics. I never learned any of these kind of things. So I'm playing with big name players, all kind of players from Auburn to Kentucky, Duke. I'm playing with
Mm-hmm.
all kind of talent. And I'm like, man, came down to St. Louis my second year playing. I'm like, okay, now I'm going against Rebecca from the Surge. I'm going against these foreign kids. Like, I've never seen this kind of talent. So I'm in St. Louis playing against the top names that go to overseas every year. I'm like, wow, like this is
Okay.
crazy. Then my agent at the time, she's like, go try out for the Atlanta Dream. I'm like, no, I'm not trying out for the Atlanta Dream. I don't know that much basketball, but she's like, just
Mm.
go for it. I didn't go. But
What you had
I was trying
to
to get
lose?
married. I was trying to get married at that time. I'm like, man, I'm in love, man. I ain't trying to play basketball.
Uh,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? I had a little
I
money.
was like, oh, okay. The love bug hit you.
Nah, but
Okay.
if I was the right mind, I probably would have went. But then I came here. My agent was like, you can go play at Greece. I'm like, I'm not going to play at Greece if I can make the same money here. Like, let me just stay
Wait,
here.
I thought they pay more overseas than they do here. Well,
The
it's
contract,
cool in the WNBA, but like the regular women team.
it's different leagues. The contract I got was not no money. It was like it wasn't nothing.
It was
I
like
could really,
a weekend hustle, and you still got to work a 40-hour work week. Just
yes,
to
it
make
was
ends meet.
nothing. It was kind of like you come play out here for experience, and we'll let you get the experience and make sure you can eat a little bit. but you got to provide for yourself type thing.
I need a full meal. I don't want just to be eating a little bit.
So y'all wasn't going to Greece for that what they was offering. I wasn't going to Greece, and I wasn't ready for that kind of travel. I'm like, I'm homesick just being in, you know what I'm saying, St. Louis. So I just stayed the game after that though. And then when I started to coach, I'm like, these kids don't know how to triple threat. These kids don't know how to box out.
Whoa!
I said I gotta teach I have to teach fundamentals. So that's when Action No Mercy really kind of was like, teach kids. Like, you have to train and teach kids. So even now, my boys, you know, I watch my boys play in the office. They'll stand there and just ask for the balls without moving. And I'm like, that's not basketball. You gotta get open. How do we get open?
Ask for
you gotta know what a V cut is.
Oh my gosh!
It's
Dang, Coach Stringer, I'm sorry, because you just got me. Look, you got me excited. I'm not even playing. I'm just like, because I haven't heard that in so long because you said fundamentals. That's a whole nother subject. Oh my God, I ain't even got to talk about the other stuff I want to talk about because you just got me excited. You said triple threat, move without the ball.
Yeah.
Like you don't. I'm sorry. I done seen a lot of AAU games, been in the stands, been a wife of a coach that does it, and it's like we know the highlights, the recruiters want to see that fundamentals is like it could be looked over because it could be brushed over in college if you got somebody else that can do it. And I love that you still want to stick to fundamentals because when one thing you just talking about overseas, those European players, I don't know about the ones from Africa, but the European players, tell me they ain't together. When you talk about competition, when you came to St. Louis for the third, and you seen all the other, tell me they won together. And you be like, damn, but you American, y'all love basketball, and you can't even do this, or don't know how to, you know, it's mind, not just the physicality. And I think the older coaches, the people, I don't know if they want to take the time or they just figure, just let the kids get the highlights. I don't get it.
The game is changing right now. I'll tell you that. It is changing. It's changing.
I can't believe you sound like people still use it. Oh my gosh.
I love it. And you're absolutely right, because I had two players this year. They only was with me for like a month. They were from Dominican Republic and Colombia. And they went to Gateway, and they came from it, and they was playing. It was just all smooth like basketball. He was throwing the pass like that and shooting, and it was so smooth. And I was like, that was different for me to coach. I have never coached kids who already have it that tight, you know. So I was like, man, I wish I could stay for the whole summer. They were 6'6".
Oh, prime height. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And they got the fundamentals like
smooth. And I'm trying to learn the language. I was taking them like fuzzies. We went to fuzzies tacos, and I'm like, can y'all break up some language for me? They trying to teach me some words. I'm like, okay, just good jobs on the game. I say something, I'm like, good job. Okay. I'm just, you know, so I didn't know I didn't know how to talk, you know what I'm saying? But we just did thumbs up also.
And I guess that's universal, right? So, no matter the language barrier.
Thank you. So I love them for real. Like that was dope, man. That was really dope.
Oh my gosh. Oh, girl, I only got so much time because I probably gonna have to have a part 2 on this because that is just. I'm trying to see how I can compartmentalize this to go into another subject. I didn't want to jump the gun with the Olympics because we can talk about the WNBA players over there and how that 3-on-3 is doing. But then I want to go back to what you said. Pardon my brain here. The fundamentals, coaching. It'll come to me. We may have to circle back. Smoooth want to know, what are your thoughts on the women's college game and the WNBA? He's liking a new wave of talent that's coming in the league, like Ted Cooper and Asia Wilson.
Oh, you know what? Ted Cooper's from my side of town. She's from I went to Osborne. She went to McEachern. We played against them a lot. A lot of my friends went to McEachern. And, you know, her whole family is pretty much, you know, the basketball league. Her brother just went to the Atlanta Hawks. But I love the hunger. I feel like right now with the college basketball, I feel like it's a statement to be proved. I think that a lot of women have been slept on, and they just want to show their talent, man. Like, I've been loving watching it because I know, like, when I was growing up, I didn't watch a lot of WNBA basketball. Like, I wasn't introduced to WNBA basketball until, like, later on in my life. Like I love Lisa Leslie. You know, that was my top player. I loved all the time. But growing up, you don't hear those stories about women's basketball. You don't hear a lot of that stuff.
No.
And I didn't hear about it until I was ready to go play in college. And that's why I think that it's important that the players now are making statements and making themselves known, you know, to step out so these other players can be hungry in high school to be able to do what they're doing now. Even Wilson having that statue of her now, that's big. Like for
Yeah.
that school to have a statue of Wilson, that's crazy. You would never
She
have seen
earned
that
it.
growing up.
You wouldn't have. They didn't give us enough credit or play. You're right.
So
But she
I
earned
love
it.
it.
And you know what's crazy? Because I just started watching women's basketball. Let me see. Of course, I was by way of my father watching Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
But still in the mid 90s, the women's basketball, when I started watching it with University of Tennessee and Pat Summitt.
Hmm.
And shout out to, I remember their guard, Marciniak.
Hmm.
And then a few years later, that's when they got Shamika Holesclaw. And so another player I'm missing at that time. Oh, shoot. It may or may not come to me. But I remember I loved Pat Summitt. I loved her style of coaching. Even though I wasn't even into coaches then, but I just know like she was intense and Tennessee was a powerhouse, like how UConn is for the last 15 plus years. And then like not Tennessee was it. That was
Yeah.
my school. And Pat Summitt was no joke. And then I just remember once the WNBA got started, I remember from Lisa Leslie was my favorite, Cheryl Swoops. Of course, Cynthia Cooper was MVP. And I didn't even realize her background until this year. I saw a documentary on HBO with the USC team,
Hmm.
with Cheryl Miller and Cynthia Cooper was part of that team, and I didn't even know it. Because like these women were good, you know, that they were doing Olympics in the 80s. He was a center college player for women too, and it's like of course, it was almost like, yeah, whatever. The men ain't good. Let's in the dream team, and they took over Olympic talk, but we still had a women's team too, you know.
Right.
But I definitely over the years seen the game evolve. WNBA. I mean, it's still not getting. I guess I know it's a marketing team. I mean, marketing that you needed, but to expand the league, that I see that.
Yes. That would be dope.
I'm just wondering. I think slowly but surely now, you know, we talked about this a couple months ago when Shaq was like to make the women, the WNBA players, game stand out, need to lower the rim. I was against that. I was like, no, we already got a smaller ball. That's it. Just give it time. Some people may or may not give it time to see it evolve. But one thing I noticed compared to the men with WNBA players, fundamentals are there. To me, I see the passion. It's like they don't get the luxuries of the NBA side.
Right. Right.
And they definitely got you hungry. You're doing this in the summer. A lot of them, have full time jobs in the fall and winter.
Right.
Because what's going on WNBA? I mean, in the NBA as of yesterday with free agency, the Brinks trucks was just backing up on all these players' houses and in these NBA offices. They was just unloading cash. And when you were just talking about for that Greece contract, brother, eat.
Yeah. It's sad.
And these NBA players, they got enough to eat for the rest of their life plus the next generation. I mean, I was like, should I didn't get stock in the damn banks because all this money that's flowing. I ain't mad if you earned it. I'm not. I'm just saying, I'm like, everybody was opening up their checkbooks. Side. Um.
Just to
So, what are
play
your thoughts on any of
BS
that?
basketball sometimes.
You said what?
Just the BS on the basketball court. You know, they do whatever they want to do in NBA, but you got to actually have a game plan for the WNBA. They cutting and doing plays, and
Yeah,
like it's weird to me.
it's because honestly, how this country set up,
Yeah.
it's so much money out there. It's a sea of money out there. It's a sea of money, and it caters to, of course, generally one gender and one side. You get a
Yeah.
little bit on the other racial side, but I don't know how much more, but eventually we'll get more opportunity, especially with marketing and sponsorship. But with the NBA players and all the transactions that took place yesterday, were any surprises or any of these contracts you were like, whoa, or who you have a favorite team on the NBA side?
Yeah, my team has always been Boston.
Ah,
Um,
it's Celtics
I'm a
fan. Okay.
Celtics fan. I love the franchise. I used to watch, Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and Rondo and Ray Allen. All that team right there was always
Mm-hmm.
my favorite. But I'm from Cali, so I love Golden State Warriors too. I'm not a big Lakers fan. I mean, I enjoy Kobe. I enjoy Kobe. I just never was the biggest Lakers fan. I don't dislike the Lakers, but I just never been like a diehard. Lakers fan.
Okay.
But I like good basketball, and the way that I'm looking at the NBA now, like I can't enjoy it because it's like the money grabber. It's like which team is going to have the most attention of what's going on, not of who's playing. Like the Lakers right now. I'm looking at the roster like this makes no sense to me. Like
Only
it
thing
does
I
not make
thought
no
was
sense.
because of salary cap. Because I said y'all stacked them with old heads. Nothing against them. You can play. We know LeBron got a little bit left. Russ got a little mileage on him. AD he good, but then think about D Howard again. Old head. Trevor Ariza. Oh, I'm sorry, just talking about Lakers specifically. But this was all
Right.
yesterday, and I'm like you said, it makes no sense. And I don't think I told my husband. I was like, it's because maybe salary cap. They know LeBron only got 2 more good years, and that's a wrap.
Man.
Y'all don't have like I don't know who they drafted on draft day, but I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. They're thinking of now to win one more ring for LeBron, and down the road they can't spend a lot because they're gonna have to replace the LeBron salary.
I don't see that team functioning correctly. I feel like it's going to be too much on the court, like too much going on. I don't
Oh,
see
and Carmelo,
Westbrook.
yeah, I forgot.
I don't see Westbrook slowing down. I see Westbrook going from one side to the other side, and it's just going to be just a Tasmanian devil show. Like it's just too much talent on one team for it to be like a team type of
It's not gonna be
situation.
balanced though. It's not
I
gonna be
don't
what we
see it.
see at regular team ball move without the ball in your hand and then open and shoot. We're not gonna see that.
I don't see it.
Russ is ball dominated. LeBron ball dominated. Even if LeBron steps back, AD's and y'all know Russ is the alpha man. You know he ain't getting 30 touches. He just like F this. Trade me. You know how your boy is. I ain't
I
knocking
don't
it. That's
see
his
it.
style.
Oh,
Like I don't know. I just see the chemistry. That is a lot to work on. And what's this August and they start in October. 2 months. Woo, child. Like that ain't my headache.
So I think the Lakers is doing too much, and kudos whatever they can unfold this season. I don't see them working well. I think Atlanta Hawks will have a great season. I think they have a lot of young talent.
Now, can I say one
I,
thing about Atlanta Hawks, your
yep.
team? I mean, can I call them your team because you are
Yeah,
unofficially from
for sure.
Atlanta? So I said this a month ago, and I was watching Trey Young and the Hawks, and when Trey got injured, unfortunately, he got injured, and they had I forgot who to take his place, but they moved the ball and they played so much better as a team. The typical players on their teams in the NBA, a lot of time is screen roll shoot. And that I said I wasn't even entertaining watching the Hawks. Let me just say, Trey is a great player, so I'm not knocking him and his talent. But I wouldn't entertain anymore. It wasn't a challenge. I want to see what they're gonna do because you know what they were gonna do.
Right.
And granted, we had some injuries on some of the teams in the Eastern Conference in the playoffs, so we didn't see all the best and hardest talents. But I'm like, Trey, if you got a good defensive team, you can't do that.
Right.
You could not have pulled that off. So they got good young players and they could bring together. I just need to see more team ball. That screen roll shoot, it got so old. I'm like, oh my God, you're killing me. You're not entertaining me anymore. I
Right.
had my eyes closed and I could tell what was going on the court. And I opened it and he shot, the missed or made it. But I'm like, why do I know what's he gonna do every other play? This is crazy. It's not even a play anymore. We just know screen roll, he gonna shoot.
Repetitive, right?
I need you to be y'all. Come on. It's just I love the game so much, and as it evolves, more teams. It's analytics too in NBA. We talk about baseball a lot analytics, but NBA has a lot too now,
Yeah.
especially the field goal percentage, and they want to shoot so many threes. And this person think, oh, I get a headache sometimes. I'm like y'all entertain me, and y'all can stick with just doing the two. You don't always have to just go for the threes, and it'd be the big man. If it was like
Oh my God.
a typical big man, like I said, unfortunately, players that come from Europe, their big guys is known to shoot. They were skilled they grew up doing that. It's just
Right.
normal to them. And like KD, i.e., because he had a late growth spurt, so he's a tall person that can shoot. But other than that, these cats, I done seen too much of on the nets. Lopez doing this. I done seen even sometimes they did try it, not as often, but I'm like, y'all big dudes and shooting three. Like this is like y'all game. This is not how y'all got to this level. That is not
Milwaukee too.
you.
Milwaukee was shooting them nasty long
Yeah,
balls.
yeah, and then sometimes and who's the other person that playing the post in Milwaukee? I'm like, what the? And the coaches, you would get on their ass set, but maybe these coaches just like whatever because they front office said you better get the minutes. I don't care if he's not listening to you. Maybe that's what it is. But how you passionate, I know you gonna let your players keep doing that and have them keep
Balls to the
playing.
face. Balls to the face.
You gotta put that on the t-shirt.
Balls to the face. Cause look, 6 foot,
Any other
7 foot.
players or teams stuck out yesterday with all the transactions that took place?
Well, I think what was Kyle Lowry? Was it Kyle Lowry? Is he going to Miami?
Sign and trade. Yep.
Yeah, that was a weird trade for me. I can't really see him in Miami, but you know,
But
whatever.
how's that chemistry? Him, Jimmy Buckets. What's the other dude that's down there? I can't pronounce his name. It ain't. Let me see. But yeah, you think they'll be?
I think that. I mean, I think Jimmy Butler is in his prime right now, so I think whoever gonna play with Jimmy gonna have a good connection. I think Jimmy Butler's hungry. Like I've never seen Jimmy play like he's been playing these last 2 years. Like he's hungry, and I think he wants it bad. And the other, who's the white dude that plays on the team?
Not Tyler Hero. Is that what I was thinking about? Hero Tyler? No.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, Dragic. No, I was thinking about Dragic. That was the other one.
I think they'd be straight though. I think they're
Okay.
a team that can kind of surprise people. I would say the same for the Suns, but I think Chris Paul is out of gas.
You think?
I think he's out of gas. I think they started off the finals pretty like hectic. I love to watch it. Booker went to hiding. In my opinion, Booker went to hiding when it started getting closer to them starting to lose the last couple games. Paul looked tired in my view, man. Like Paul looked tired.
Man, that's my boy. I really want him to get that ring. I was so
Did
hurt.
too.
Oh, it hurt my heart. I was like, come on, this will be your best opportunity. And now it's like 2-0, and now they lost 4 in a row. And they was whooping people in the playoff. They was,
He was out of gas.
Oh, but I commend him for wanting to stay. He did sign another fat contract because they have a good nucleus because there are 2 young players, Aiden and Booker. They definitely a duo right there, and CP seals it. Now, funny because what the Lakers just did yesterday. I was like, oh, the Suns, even with them, they give them competition. They may not be able to get over the hurdle yet, but I don't know. I think they can still give them a good run. If AD or LeBron wasn't injured, they was actually healthy the whole season. They faced the Phoenix this past playoffs. I still could have seen it still going 7 games.
Yeah.
But we shall see. I made a mistake. Dragic got traded for Kyle Lowry. That's what happened.
So Kyle Lowry's in Florida and the rest.
Yeah, and so I thought Dragic was still on it. That's who they traded him for. Okay.
It's gonna be an interesting season. I think. I don't never watch the full season of NBA. I like the finals. I feel like the season. It's just like you can't even bet on those kind of games. You just never know who's gonna actually really want to play the game. So it's like I tried to do the betting thing last year because I'm like my team gonna win this game. I already know because they better. This person ain't playing. This person ain't playing. But it was like pickup game. Like nobody's really playing. Like you don't never know who's gonna win the games because nobody's serious to the finals. So. I just like whatever happens. I watch it when I get to the finals.
Okay, you said they got to be hungry for it, right?
I can't watch lazy basketball. It turns me off. I just like what is going on.
That's what I was telling as far as with the team play. Like if you got the regular screen and roll every time y'all come down the court, dude, come on. But that ain't competitive enough for me, dude. Come on, seriously. I mean, getting to the league is not easy. Like I said, making the roster is big without even getting out of PT, just a roster. But if y'all out there on the floor. Dude,
for sure.
These grown ass men, and we over here got WNBA players fighting just to get a decent salary, and over here playing hungry, playing with their heart, doing fundamentals, and y'all talking about it ain't as interesting as NBA. What?
I love watching women's basketball. I take some of their plays and give to the boys because I'm like, it's skilled. It's really skilled. You got design plays like it's gonna work, and I don't know. I hope that something breaks through soon where they get more respect, man. You can never really even find the WNBA game on TV sometimes, man. There's so many games that's going on. You have to watch the highlights on ESPN. It's like it's mind blowing to not have that access, man. There's a lot of girls in St. Louis that's so cold. that I see one girl, she decided to go to Kentucky. She called, she go to Cardinal Ward. I see her going to the league, but those conversations not having right now. We're not talking about those conversations. And I think there's a lot of talent that's not being seen. And if we had an outlet for, like, even if we had a network, for WNBA network that shows stuff on TV, like, I think it'd be great. A
Yeah.
good investment.
And we could put you as one of the the producers of a show on the WNBA network, or even put you just as our play-by-play person.
Hey,
I keep
something, look.
plugging you in here, Coach Stringer. I'm telling you.
Look, man.
I gotta tap on your shoulder, like, hey sis, we got something for you. We know what you've been doing in St. Louis. We know action on mercy ain't just a saying.
Man, you hear me? Lifestyle.
Oh my gosh. You are hilarious, Coach Stringer. I promise you. We gotta get some of your slogans on the t-shirt, man.
Hey, we make that happen. I'll wear that shirt, balls to the face. I'll wear it. I don't care.
I went to it. Real balls will know what that means too. They're like, oh, you hoover. That's one thing I love for any guy that I first encounter. If I talk about sports or engage in the conversation, and they look at me, question like, what you know about sports? Or you know sport? You know this? I'm like, it's so second nature to me. I look at you like you're crazy. You don't know who I am. You don't know
what? Right.
You question me, no questioning you. How dare you tell me what do you
And they think they know it all too. Like,
I didn't get teenagers, girl, try to question me. This happened a couple weeks ago. Do I? I just first thing I got a little drum on my neck. What? Boy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Underestimate the power of us when what we know what we do. Girl, I'm ready for that's a challenge. I used to be so timid. And as I got to learning the games, like from even football and baseball and stuff, and when I got to college and I became cool with like a couple of football players, so I said I only know a little football, but talk to them, learn, and this and that, and being around it. I'm like, okay, so I got more comfortable. Right. Like I said, second nature talking, and somebody walk up to me, and I'm like, wait, I'm comfortable. I can stand on my own, so I ain't got to doubt myself. Right. So what are you talking about?
I ain't even been to a Cardinals game this year. I usually go to all the games. Well, not because I love the team. I love the free gear, and the shirts and the what I'm saying, the hats and all that stuff. But I ain't been to one. I've been wanting to go for the longest.
We're gonna have to get you there, honey.
Man, right. COVID messing up my popcorn and peanut stuff, man. Like
popcorn and peanut. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, Smoooth has a couple of comments questions for Gordon NBA. He said the playoffs, things have changed now because the NBA is incorporating the play-in games, which I like it. I agree. I like the matchups for the play-in game for playoffs. Mm-hmm. Not just the 1-8 go in, boom, the play-in. That's a little bit of edge to it for a little bit more competition to make sure a team is, they got to earn their way since they didn't finish in the top. However, I think that if you got it again, what happened this past year where the 7th seed, I don't think the 7th seed should have to work for the 8th seed. Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's see if they tweak it or not. But I like that change. They did that. He said the playing games make the regular season they're more important. It's still too many games though.
I agree.
Even if the 72 game season they just had, as you were saying, you really don't tune into the finals or even the playoffs. 72 games, it's okay, but if you do a 62, that even makes it more. Because the playing games, if you still got a team that, 15, 20 games over 500, they guaranteed to still be in the top 4 or 5. You just know by that the season usually wraps up on a regular season, is it mid-April? You kind of got a feel for about March who's going to be placed where. They've already gotten 60-something games in by then. If you would do I don't know, 68 game season, every little game counts, but you get more viewership, but definitely it's more at stake. Of course, it's too much money that the owners will lose out on home game. You know how they are, so
you sit and think about how many games that is, and they be playing 3-4 games a week.
But you remember they were crying a couple of years ago. They started spacing out the games for travel reasons. So they're doing like 2 games, max 3 a week. Uh, I don't know. I just think the collegiate on average, the collegiate teams D1 through D3 on average, if you even count March Madness, on average they're doing like 30 games, 30 to 35 a season, and NBA doubles it. And it's like, well, we know the college game, pretty much every game counts.
Right.
You see how
Yeah.
less games it is. So,
More at stake
um,
too.
but
I don't know. The NBA's got too much. They got too much of the American freedom, man. Everything is going through the NBA, man. They just get everything they want. I'm not watching more than 20 games though, so I mean they can have 100 games. I ain't watching half that, 3/4 of it. I ain't doing it. Nope.
well, since we know your passion, especially helping these young boys become men and getting those college scholarships, what's the satisfaction on a scale of 1 to 5? Like if he just get a scholarship and accept it, or if he gets a scholarship plus he's doing well academically, plus like the satisfaction level, is it in stages or is it just satisfied for them just to get offered and they didn't have anything before?
To be honest, no, I'm not satisfied with this offer. Cause I had a school in California that offered my whole roster a place on the roster. Um, I want the kids to get a scholarship that makes sense.
Okay.
Um, like I want them to be able to not just be a number in the school. I'll say, like a lot of schools can't offer scholarships. Like some schools can't offer scholarships; they'll offer a roster spot. Now, with that roster spot, will they be able to play? That's the biggest thing. Will they have opportunity, or will they just be one of the people that's on the roster? So, like, all offers aren't good to me. It's good for the
Mm.
kid because it's something like right now everything's about social media, what they can present to social media. So it could be an offer saying that you're just coming to the school, you're not really playing, and just because it says offer on there and you got a face, then
Mm.
it's big for social media. Behind the scenes, when I
Really?
get these kids assigned, I sit down with their parents. I have a relationship with parents and the kids. I sit and talk about these kind of scholarships, like, well, we're gonna take this because of these reasons, or we're not gonna take. We'll take the offer, but we're not gonna commit to the offer because they're
Mm-hmm.
not offering you anything. So we sit down and talk about all this kind of stuff because one thing about a lot of people is um, they just care about what's being shown on the platform. It's not really about what's really being shown. And all my kids that signed this past year, they're actually going to school to play basketball. It's not no weird stuff, no fake intentions. They're all going to a school that's allowing them to play basketball and get their education. So um, I
Okay.
don't. I can't just have them signing anything because it's not that deep to me to just have them just to sign anything. It has to make sense. I don't. I don't like those situations where it's just to get kids. I don't like those kind of schemes because I've
Okay.
been there before. I've been that person who got
Mm.
offered things just be offered. Like it does nothing for you.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. So you definitely just don't look at it as numbers, getting kids, but you actually want to have an impact on them, like make it make sense, right?
Yeah.
Because that look, we know that ain't taught in high school and barely in college. Because the people that got to take out that much student loans in college, all that debt, and it's not taught of how it works to pay it back. Yeah, make it make sense.
I'm in school now and I'm looking at these loans like,
They the
man.
devil, right?
I said, why I go back to school, man? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, man.
They the devil, but you're trying to help your students not, or your kids not to be, if they can help it. I mean, if it's I get it. Sometimes, when you first start off on your own, out the house after 18, go to college, don't know, you trying to figure it out, right? I get it. We all been 18, 19, 20, just like prefer what we want to do this and that. But it's just an effed up country because you would let 18-year-old put that much debt on themselves and
Yeah.
not knowing the consequence. You couldn't say we're supposed to know that because most people do not come from money to where parents are paying out of pocket. So,
Yes.
and it's for you to sit down and tell them, like I said, to make it make sense, going over everything. If they're offering a scholarship, what's included, not just academics, your housing, and all of that. And because some parents don't know either, I get it. So I commend you going over beyond just being a coach.
I don't have no personal life. My kids told me, they said, you can't even date right now. You got too many kids. I said, well, thank you. They said, "Cause you can't have no personal life." I said, ain't that something?"
They gonna tell you what you can do. Oh, okay.
They said, "You can't date, coach. You got too many kids."
Hey, tell her, hey, quit blocking on me. Shoot. I ain't blocking how many chicks you talking when you leave out this gym, okay? I don't know who all up in your DMs. Okay.
Damn, let me live. I can't stand them.
They younger than you, act like they your daddy. Like, wait a minute.
They don't play. They don't play with me. I give them that though. They my baby.
Oh, hilarious, man. Are you still coaching at Jennings High on the regular outside of the Action No Mercy team?
I'm not.
No. Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm no longer there.
Okay.
I will be announcing my new school soon, though.
Oh, we get to stay
tuned. Yeah, I'll be announcing soon.
Okay. Wait, should I not be excited?
You should be excited.
Okay.
It's a great opportunity to grow in my profession, and yeah. So I've been sitting back deciding which school would be the best fit moving forward. So I'm gonna announce pretty soon.
You ain't gonna make me travel far, or you to go see?
No, I'll still be in St. Louis. Okay. I'll still be in St. Louis.
Okay. Actually, Smoooth talk about okay, LeBron. You sound just like LeBron.
I ain't moving back down to South Beach. I'm staying in the loop.
Okay. Well, that means Smoooth. You gotta set up shop if we can. Well, but COVID still going on. I don't know what the precautions are with us doing a show from one of your games, or what's the limitations. But
y'all let me know. I'm gonna get y'all in wherever, you know what I'm saying. Look, y'all let me know.
Hey, I'm for it. I'm one win, we all win. Like my sister, she assistant AD at Bashan, and when they was going to the playoffs, she offered me. She said, "Hey, it's only so many seats we got." I said, "All right, you got me one. I'll be there."
Right.
I'm for it. I'm not a VSAT alone, but I just want to see the kids, see y'all win, so I'm for it. Look, I guess I'm one of the rare people at a basketball game who don't bring out their phone, excluding people recording, to be doing other stuff. I'm actually paying attention to the game.
Right. Everybody was trying to go live and service.
No, I don't know. I just want to see the game.
For sure.
That's what I'm there for. Oh boy. So somebody said it would be dope that the Platform Sports Talk Show can be there to provide the announcement for your new school, a new gig.
Oh yeah, we can make that happen. For sure, we can make that happen. Because this is gonna be big. Like this announcement is gonna be very big. I definitely say that. It's gonna be a game changer. It's gonna be a game changer.
Man, she got me excited all over again. Like, and I can expect to see some fundamentals and not excluding the AAU. But
it's gonna be a game changer. I wouldn't even know. I'm excited.
Coach Stringer. Man, once I drop it like it's hot, boy, 2021, I'm ready. Once I drop it like it's hot, hey, because the season technically starts. Y'all start doing games November, like late November. Yeah. So that's when I drop it like it's hot. So 2022, I can catch a tail end in the winter or something. Just man. Oh, okay.
It's gonna be dope. Man, yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited.
I ain't reading that last comment, Smooth. Look in the chat. Look what he wrote.
How can I see the chat? I can't even see the chat. Oh, here you go.
Don't. Disregard that.
That's funny. I didn't even know what the chat box on here.
Yeah, because I was trying to read the comments on Facebook, but my eyes ain't just fast enough to read it. So just putting it on there so I can read people's comments and stuff.
That's cool.
Look, I dropped the ball. Forgot for people just tuning in. Thank you. This is the Platform Sports Talk Show. This is your girl Bunny, right along with
Coach Stringer. I'm here.
Man, Coach Stringer has been live and in living color, raw and uncut, y'all. I don't get better than this, okay? And in fact, Coach Stringer, y'all, she's so cool though. Yeah, she ain't from St. Louis, but she hipping up, been around working with these young men and these boys into men for a few years now. That she got the St. Louis lingo and swag, dude. I'm telling you. Oh, Lord have mercy.
I'm still trying to say fire. I can't get
like fire.
Yeah,
fire. And I say fire. I come off as a okay, you got country, but you're not country. So I don't So I sound like St. Louis people, and I don't. But whatever.
I can't get it. They be laughing at me. I'm like,
Like, yeah, man, that's fire, coach, man. Fire, yo, you say fire, coach? Coach, it's fire.
They be on my head. They be on my head.
That's funny about young people though. They keep you young, keep you laughing at this crazy thing. Some of the stuff I was like, oh my god, it's funny because that is so serious. And you know, in their world, it's some stuff is big to them and small to us because we're a little older, experience more. But when they try to get you, be like, coach, or like my sister say, like, man, Coach Goodwin, for real though. I'm like, why they so passionate just about some food, about these hot chips? Like, these chips so fire. I'm like,
that's true. That's true. They're annoying, man.
They're crazy. They talk about, like you said, you got all them kids you can't date. When y'all become my daddy? What?
They be on my top, man. Like, they be on my top when I travel. If I'm gone too long, hey, you need to come back, coach. We need you here. I'm like, what? We found your page too. We finna watch.
Oh, geez.
Get out of my face with that, man.
Oh my gosh.
I can't live. I can't catch a break.
That's all right. We're gonna still let you live your best life. Wait till you get these new group when you start coaching at this new school. Well, I gotta hear this and see.
Yeah, they gonna be to themselves. They gonna be to themselves, man. Look, we're gonna have fun though. I'm ready to rock with it. I'm ready.
Okay. So, now that we are on the Olympics here, the relays are going on right now. It's one of my favorite parts of Olympics, the track and field relays. So, you've been keeping up with the Olympics at all? Not just basketball, fencing, swimming.
I was watching. I've been really intrigued with the track stars. I tuned in more after Richardson got her little case going on. I was watching her highlights and learning more about her. And when I saw she couldn't run no more, I started watching the other kids that might act like kids, but the other players who might have a chance. And I was shocked. I watched the hurdlers run in the rain and busting their butt and still competing and getting hurt and getting back up and finish out the race. I was shocked with all that.
Okay. It's a lot. It is.
Yeah.
So give me your thoughts about Simone Biles in the competition, withdrew, did one more event, the backlash she faced from some people who probably really don't matter. So yeah, give me your thoughts on her and how this Olympics went with her and her stepping back because of mental issues. Excuse me.
I was really trying to figure out why she was doing for it. Like, I wanted to know why she didn't want to run. But I was reading a lot of comments about, the Olympians not wanting to do it to make a statement. Just like the young lady who was playing tennis and didn't want to play tennis no more. We there? Oh. And then they said she competed again after she withdrew. I was just confused with her whole story. Like, I didn't know if it was a statement or she really just didn't want to, compete. Hey guys, we'll be right back. We're gonna make a break.
Oh, wrong button. Hey,
Yo,
quick
yo.
commercial break, and we're back. Thank you again for everyone for tuning in to the Platform Sports Talk Show. It is your girl Bunny, along with the one and only.
Coach Stringer.
All right, yes, you all had to take an unofficial commercial break. Woo! Halfway done. I'm gonna just say that halfway done. For everybody that is tuning in on Facebook, leave all comments under the Sports Talk Show. If you're doing it on the Coach Stringers page, we cannot see it. All comments under the Platform Sports Talk Show. And if you are on YouTube, make sure you go on our page and subscribe and click on that bell. Because you know why? Anytime we live, you will be notified. Okay. Whew. So yes, picking back up what Coach Strick was talking about Simone Biles and what her thoughts were, how I guess I don't know if it's just the media or just like I said, the people who really don't matter were saying about what they thought of her, deciding not to finish out most of the Olympics. She did do the balance beam, and got bronze for that. So shout out to her. But all these other women athletes, because y'all know the women are doing the damn thing. Okay. And not just our WNBA players, but we have the volleyball team. Of course, we have Swim Star, one of our beloved Simone Manuel. Is actually two that was on a relay team, two blacks that were on a relay team, which is a phenomenal thing because we don't
Right.
see that often. Also with track and field, we had some records broken yesterday. It was crazy in the 400-meter hurdle. Two records were broken by two Americans, but still only one could win the gold. It was crazy. So the world record was broken by two of us, and still only one could get gold. But that there have been these women, and some of them are moms to little three and infants and toddlers. It's amazing how strong we are, and we have to train after having kids. If you don't have kids, just the hard
Right.
work you got to do to train, and our sponsorship is not always the same like men, but still, we doing the damn thing. So shout out to all those women out there, because as of I know on Monday, half the U.S. medals are from women. So we have like around 60 medals, and half of them are just from women alone. Yes, they always be trying to think that
Dope.
men dominate, but as women, they're doing the damn thing. Okay,
That's dope.
I know,
That, that's
right?
dope.
I'm telling you, we some bad chicks. We bad.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm blown.
Excuse me. Oh, okay. We have one more guest that'll be joining us shortly. But in the meantime, in between time, uh, besides the Olympics, with another case I'm gonna bring up shortly regarding NCAA. And again, I know you dealing with a lot of players getting offered, and you say you redefine Pringle with them. What else you offering? Just not an offer, but playing time and all that.
Yeah.
The NCAA has been dealing with a lot over the last couple of months.
Right.
First, with the name, image, and likeness. Please, I'll never ask this. What are your thoughts on finally that these players are able to get paid?
I think it's a gift for the curse.
Okay.
I, I think it's smart for kids who do have a name about themselves. Like these kids that's getting the blue checks on Instagram, they already have a big hit anyway. So getting paid for that content, they might not even think NBA when money start coming in.
Hmm.
Um, I had a conversation with my kids. I just got a D2 offer. Take all the offers. If they're gonna play the game like that, take all the offers. Get what you can
Okay.
get out of the situation. Market yourself. Because at the end of the day, you deserve it. If you work hard, you should get everything that comes for you tenfold. Um, but if I can get liking for me getting the kids with the NCAA, I'll take it too. You know what I'm saying? But I think marketing yourself is best. Getting paid for doing what you love and for working as hard as you get. I think it's a great reward. So I think NCAA might be on to something with it. To be honest. So
Okay. Okay. You
yeah,
think it's definitely what do you call it? Definitely way past time, or it just came at the right time for them to be finally getting paid.
it came at the right time, especially because a lot of these kids got that extra year back too. So they
Oh
got opportunity to get
yeah.
that year back and get paid for things they need to get paid for. Um, so I mean, I was shocked when it happened,
Really?
but yeah, I was shocked that it happened like the time it did. Um, but we learned through it together.
Okay,
Taking
okay.
a little bit.
Well, I know once the state of California approved that any college athlete has to get paid that's playing in any California school, then I
Mm-hmm.
knew the NCAA had to get on board because that'd be a flock of a lot of athletes going to just that one state. No matter
I
if
wish
it's
it
a
was happening. I would
Texas,
went
something. You
back
say
in
you wish you would have
2010. I
known.
could have got paid.
What that just happened 2020. So they actually were talking about that passing that law, I think, right before the pandemic officially got underway. But that's when they were still in the talks. I'm like, okay, if it gets passed, that's it. Because I mean, California has a lot of schools to offer, not just the Pac-12 either.
Man,
Um, I'm glad, but you said it's a gift and a curse. I just want it to be where, because like we were talking about student loans, you don't know how much debt you pay getting there early in life, and then how it can affect you later on within 10 years if you're trying to get bigger, financial purchases. But the money that these kids are getting, whether it's just $500 sponsorship endorsement, 1,000, that is managed right. And you can't
right,
always expect the parents, because you do have to learn to do stuff and becoming adult and making a decision as part of the process. And the parents can't put it all on them, because sometimes they could be contacted. Parents don't even know when they're in college, they're still getting money, or somebody's contacting them, they don't know how to do it or what to do with it. So I just hope it's managed correctly from
right,
whoever. And I'm not just thinking of the typical big money, which is basketball, football, college players. But you got swimmers, you got people that's on a rowing team, you got
right,
gymnasts, you got it's a lot of D1 sports out there, and D2. I mean, as long as they're college, I mean, it doesn't even matter what level. If a company want to offer you money, because you may be a good person to offer in a college town that's small, we can offer you money at a restaurant, so they don't have to be like some big sponsorship either.
right.
Um, and this just came out. What's your thoughts on this? So it's a quarterback in Texas, senior year. This is coming up, and he's skipping it to go to college so he can try to start making money. What's your thoughts on that? Skipping your senior year of high school to go to college so you can start making money on your name,
I don't,
NIL.
I don't like it. I try to be understanding. I try to be understanding because I might not know their situation. Maybe the
Mm-hmm.
money is the better um, way to go. But I just feel like a lot of these situations take away from the players doing things the right way. In my opinion, like going 4 years of high school, you can't get that back. Just like a lot of these kids going to prep school in their senior year when they already had these high division offers. They already achieved the goal of getting D1 offers. They made the goal of committing to a school, could have a legacy, but instead they want to do what politics tell them they should do. In my mind, it doesn't work that way. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, money is not the all to be all. Um, I don't get it. I don't.
The money's not the all to be all, but in this country, money is God. That's first money. That's how this country
It's
was built,
crazy.
off of money and lying to get the money. A whole nother
It's crazy.
subject, but
I don't get it.
and you know what? Some things, as I say, and I mean it, some things are meant for me not to understand. I get it because of money in general. What do we go to school for? College, high school, whatever. Eventually get a job to get what? A good paying job to make some
Right.
money, right?
Right.
Now, how the avenues, how you go about it, that's when people throw their 2 cents and 3 cents in on that.
But who
Um,
are we, right? Who are we?
I always say that, who am I, right?
Right.
Look, according to a lot of rich people, a lot of people in this country, I barely got a pot to piss in and want to throw it out of. I thought I was doing fine my little pot, but apparently my pot ain't good enough, and my window ain't big enough. So
That's crazy.
that's the world we in. That we have our next guest that is ready to come on. She is a regular for Ladies Night, the guru of the Amazon world. Miss Cherita, come on down. You are the next person to give us your thoughts added to our Ladies Night panel.
You give me
Yay!
way too much credit for Amazon. Just
You are
way too much
the
credit.
guru. Hey,
Um,
I'm gonna pump them up if you got stock in it, because I got stock in it, so I can say it. You know me, I'm all about making money.
when all the stock has my name on it, I will second that motion.
I just said a little bit. We just talking about this capitalist country. As I said, God is second in this country. Money's first. America's built off of money, then they throw God in there. I'm just saying.
People throw God into a lot of things to look good. So
I'm just saying. Well, she said if we don't get it, like the quarterback's name is Quinn Evers, Coach Stringer. He's a top ranked player in the country. And so he's going to forego the senior year. But only because he's the top rank, he can do that. He already got his offer for Ohio State. So
the Ohio State,
I guess.
Well,
She said the Ohio State.
They get mad if you don't throw that D in there. It's part of the copyright.
Yeah, because especially when you see especially the football athletes when they're on football, especially Monday Night Football, they do the player introduction. Any of them that Ohio State players, they always have to put the in front of it.
Yes.
To me,
they pay good money for that D.
I guess they do, honey. I have no stake in that. Okay, look, I ain't got.
I went to Lincoln, so I ain't got no skin in that.
Exactly. Okay, y'all can keep that D y'all too. Y'all sell over there. Coach Stringer and I were just talking about the name, image, likeness, and that's her thoughts on players finally being able to get paid as being college athletes for different sports. So, you have any thoughts on that, Miss Cherita? Do you keep up with a little bit of the college or?
I mean, I know they're not getting paid. I know enough about that. I'll keep it short and simple. I think it's about time. I think that's half of my responses on anything we talk about lately is it's about time. So, I mean, everybody else is making money off of them, so why not secure the bag?
Okay. Everybody else is making money off of it except the people who are doing the blood, sweat, and tears for it, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, the NCAA's, I always told y'all, they're a cartel to me. They were very hypocritical, and they always try to control everything like cartels do, and will sit there and shut you down if you speak out against them. And the infamous line, "Where's the lie?" I'm just saying. This actually goes back to the 90s. I know you probably wouldn't know, Cherita, but Coach Stringer, you remember the O'Bannon twins? They used to play for UCLA.
Who?
O'Bannon brothers. Maybe they weren't twins, O'Bannon brothers. They played for UCLA in the mid-90s. They were the first to bring up a lawsuit against the NCAA because they wanted to make money off their name. Not while they were players, but afterwards. They were just like, we didn't get to make money, and UCLA was big. They probably won a couple of championships in the 90s when they were there. Yeah, because they won one where they beat Mizzou at the last second. But they were the first to bring this up, a lawsuit against them, and they lost their case. This is the mid-90s, mind y'all. O'Bannon brothers. And full circle, literally like 20 years later, now it's like, okay, yeah, I can do this. I don't understand what took so long because people have been complaining, and as times change, money didn't change. That's always been there, just gets more and more money to made off of sports, but it's still always been an issue, but late than never. A point I'm bringing up though, back then it got shut down. I don't know how far they took their lawsuit, but they lost. And now that the Supreme Court got involved this go round, you had politicians speaking out against it too, so maybe that does help you have a bigger platform. That does make a difference too. Politicians were getting in and trying to draft a bill to get this going. But the NCAA is a cartel, and I think it's slowly but surely crumbling down. Not just because of the NIL and students be able to make money off their names, but also as an article I sent you all, they're going to now have gender equality dealing with the NCAA men and women's basketball. So right now, they always had them at two different sites pre-COVID. They always had the men's Final Four championship and all the road to the Final Four in different cities and different arenas for the men in one place and for the women in a different place. They were never in the same place at the same time. Now that the NCAA is doing gender equity for NCAA basketball to put them at the same site. Now, yeah, remember what happened a few months ago where one of the NCAA women players was complaining what their weight room looked like compared to what the men got. And it was so shameful. If she didn't record it and if it didn't go viral, people wouldn't have known. Because I would assume you're getting the same thing. I don't care if you're in a different site or different city. You're getting the same thing that a man player would get, a woman would get. Weight room, locker room, uniforms, all that. And apparently that wasn't the case. And it wasn't just their weight room, even the food service options they got. So now NCAA is trying to clean up the act with that too. It's almost like a damage control thing. So that's why I'm saying for the NCAA being a cartel, it's crumbling slowly but surely because while they're trying to say they're gonna put these men and women in the same cities, they're still falling short in other places, to me honestly. But what are y'all thoughts about the NCAA as a whole? Not just with this name, image, likeness, but in general, how they function and for men and women equity.
You wanna go first?
I mean, Bunny just stole my whole text conversation from earlier, so that was all I had to say. Was do they got the same locker rooms? They gonna get the same treatment they got before? Because I mean, if you're gonna put them in the same place and still treat the women like shit, then put me somewhere else. Right. But I don't know. I think back to your previous point about considering them as a cartel and that the politicians hadn't got involved and things wouldn't have got where they are. Politicians, to be fair, of course they want people to get paid because then people can get taxed. So let's make sure that we flip the coin on that. When we start paying these athletes, they're gonna get taxed. So to that point, I don't find it odd that politicians were like, make sure they get paid for this, because of course. But I don't know. To my perspective, we saw what happened when that locker room went viral. We saw the quick cleanup when they tried to adjust everything when it went viral. And I honestly I'm interested to see how far they're going to push equity because, DEI these days is a checklist so that it looks like you're doing good on the surface and you still got an iceberg of shit that you haven't cleaned up. So I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the iceberg. Good first start, but it's also a PR pool. So I'm not really sold on much of it right now.
Okay. Your thoughts, Coach Stringer?
I agree with her tenfold. I would have had these kind of opportunities while I was in school, though. I probably would have went a different direction. For sure.
Okay. All right. Well, everything's happened for a reason. So if nothing else, you pass down them jewels to your players to let them know, hey, learn from my mistakes or learn from I didn't have the opportunity that you all have, but and the reason I was saying NCAA is a cartel is coming down slowly, not just with this equity and they're about to be called out because they're probably about to have another lawsuit. It's lawsuits that they probably get that don't make it to the national media, but on this level, the name, image, likeness is big. They're talking about putting all the basketball at the same site. And the other thing I was saying, so the number one money generating revenue sport for NCAA is football, and next is basketball. Well, the SEC is dominant with football. Oops, sorry, I got a visitor. Hi, baby.
Baby bunny.
Hi, say hi. Come here. Sorry, as always. Come on, let's say hi real quick. Somebody can finish up the show, baby. Say hi to the ladies. Say hey, Coach Trigger. Say hey, Titi Cherita. Say hi.
What's up?
You're so cute.
What's her name is?
Sasha.
Can you say that? What is it?
Sasha.
Yeah.
Water.
Oh, you come in asking for stuff. So, what is this?
Orange.
All right. What color is this?
Orange.
All right, we 2 for 2. Hey. Hey, they say kids are the future, right? We gotta start them off early knowing the fruits. Good balanced diet for being an athlete, right? I guess I'm assuming she's gonna be an athlete. Okay, baby. Well, let mommy finish, okay? So anyway, the cartel is also coming to. Yes, please. Yes, sweetie. Sorry. Look, Coach Stringer wear 10 hats, and I think I wear like 9.5. Cherita wear like 11.5.
You know my life.
The 0.5, because sometimes we make had to get a day off, y'all. Maybe get a day off every blue moon, right? Hence, sometimes it's good to travel, go out of town. Anyway, the SEC has recruited 2 more big schools, football, Texas and Oklahoma. So they'll make the conference have, I think, 14 schools. And of course, football is the number one sport in the SEC. So if they can make all this money off of 14 schools that's been in this conference alone and make their rules and do how they want, why do they need the NCAA? That's why I'm saying the cartel may be crumbling down, because then you may have another conference like ACC that's okay with football, but their biggest thing is basketball. Again, big generating sport. And they make their own rules for conference, the ball, the sponsorship, the team, the pair, all of that. Why they need NCAA? People making money now, right? You don't have to crack down on boosters, right? So then, why do they exist? I think they feel the reins on the wall. They're trying to revamp, and they're supposed to be having a conference in the wintertime to reshape and look at some of the rules they have. But I see, Coach Stringer, while you dealing with your boys and dealing with the offers, that more schools to have control on how and what they move, how they offer players money, the scouts, all of that, then the NCAA is not needed anymore. To me, I mean, it's enough schools that in conferences that can set the rules. Why do you need them? Why you had all these stupid rules in the past? You only give $100 a month for food or whatever. You know, you're gonna eat so much per month. And these rules are so outdated. You know how kids are bigger, eat more. We got access to 24-hour food place now. It's not like everything shuts down at 10 o'clock, even in college town. So what's up? And then, like I said, the hypocrisy of doing one thing. You know, other schools are getting away with it. You're not calling them out on it. You're not giving infractions. You got the women getting treated one way that generates money, like basketball, compared to the men. Y'all almost are like, what's the purpose?
Ain't gonna be one pretty soon.
Thinking like 20 years or less than that?
I said good 12, 15, man. Time will pass right now.
Okay. We'll see then. By then, you probably in the NBA coaching. So
I'm coaching the Olympic team next time. Look, be the Olympics coaching.
Okay, I think WNBA too. Either or, honey. I'm here for it.
Look, whatever God lead me to.
All right. Well, look, I'm just prophesying and speaking into advance for you. That's all. I'm not God's messenger. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to speak some good stuff so I can say, hey, y'all heard it here first, right? We're gonna run the tapes years back from now, okay? Ain't that right, Sasha? Coach Stringer, do you watch wrestling?
Back in the day when I was growing up, I definitely did. Like I watched WWE and SmackDown and all that good stuff. Now I don't watch it because I found out it was fake. So
it's not fake. It's scripted. It's scripted. Y'all gonna stop saying the F word to me, man. It hurts. It's all up in here. All up in here.
I used to love Rey Mysterio.
He's still out. You can still love him. He's wrestling with his son now.
With a mask?
Of course.
Oh my God, no.
We're never gonna see his face. It is what it is. You'll never know.
Oh my God. Triple H and the Hardy Boys. I used to love all
Jeff Hardy's still wrestling. Like, just watch it. I promise. I keep telling them it's like General Hospital and Sonny keeps coming back and there's like 20 Sonnies. I promise.
12 seasons.
It's General Hospital. You gonna log in and you gonna see Sonny and you gonna be like, I thought he was dead, and clearly he's not. Like, that's literally what it's like to just hop back in.
Oh my God. And Rikishi and all them and Black China.
His sons wrestle now. He's got twins and they're good. They're good. They're actually tag team champions right now.
I'm about to check it out just because you said check it out now. Because look, that's childhood.
It's on Hulu.
You got a new viewer now. You got a new viewer. Welcome.
Yeah. Okay.
That is so shocking.
You dropped your jaw there for a second.
I did. It was stuck too.
John Cena's back.
Who?
Oh, okay.
Tell us what happened with John Cena. Well, no. Tell us what happened with John Cena.
She can't see him. It's okay. No one can see him. It's exactly. You've never seen him. That makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, you have to have seen John Cena. Yeah.
It's a joke because he says you can't see me. So we'll catch you up, Bunny. We still got to catch you up. It's cool.
That's crazy. That's childhood. You said Mike Jones.
Sadness.
But look, you catching me up. You catching Coach Stringer up because you got this girl in all like, wait, what? Well, look, what else you got to catch her up on? SmackDown in Miami. Did that happen already? Did I miss it?
SmackDown was just in Chicago. So Miami may be this week. Possibly.
You know about SmackDown, Coach Stringer?
No, I haven't watched that in a long time either.
Okay.
But you know what it is. That's all that matters.
Royal Rumble, that's still going on?
Yeah, it just happened.
Really?
Actually, Royal Rumble had a black female won that. So Bianca Belair won it. She cashed in. They had a iconic WrestleMania match where 2 Black women headlined it. And it was not in February. So, I mean, we can't say it was because of Black History Month.
Right. Gotcha.
Rolling Loud was in Miami. Bunny. Smooth, so that's what you're probably talking about.
That's what it is. Thank you.
A couple weeks ago. But yeah.
Oh, okay. So who won that? Who's next on the next thing to win? I gotta keep co-stringer abreast like me. We gotta get a loop. It's okay. Baby.
I know. Just everybody grab a hand. We're gonna be in this together. SummerSlam is next. Bunny. You know I'm going. Me and Carmen. We ready. It's in Vegas. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
Hey, girls. Hey. Kick it for us. Hey.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be dope. What just happened? I think I was texting you about it earlier. They let go of one of the most dynamic wrestlers in like recent history because of budget cuts. So a little upset about that one. RIP to Bray Wyatt's career because he could come back tomorrow and sell out a show. So I'm not sure what budget cuts they were looking for because we're still definitely paying to see Eva Marie do nothing. So yeah, not happy with that one. I don't know who's sleeping with Vince McMahon, but it's the wrong people because this roster doesn't make any sense to me. Besides that, I mean, Bunny, we talked about it earlier. John Cena stole a main event for SummerSlam. I almost wanted to just get my money back because I don't want to see John Cena. Like, no pun intended. Don't want to see that match. Roman Reigns, as we all know, is The Rock's favorite cousin because all of his cousins are on the roster. He was supposed to do a match with Finn Balor, who made an impressive career trajectory. He was on NXT and he came back to SmackDown. And a couple weeks ago, we were excited to see him challenge The Rock, and The Rock accepted after declining doing a match with John Cena. And yeah, Baron Corbin came in at the at the championship signing. He attacked Finn Balor, and John Cena came in and signed the contract, which I think legally you can't do, but it's WWE. So, yeah, John Cena stole a match from all of us, not just from Finn Balor. So we're stuck watching that as a main event for SummerSlam. So your girl's not happy at all.
Well, how do we get you happy then? What needs to take place?
They need to pull a Teddy Riley and put Finn Balor in as a triple threat. But there's still a couple of Fridays left before SummerSlam, so I do see that as a possible alternative to happening. Luckily, we got Seth Rollins facing Edge, so that is a match I would definitely want to see. New homie, I'll be honest, Rey Mysterio's back. I'm not interested in seeing him and his son do all these daggone tag team championship matches. I'm happy to see the family reunion. Glad to see the bloodlines going strong. But when you've got someone like Roman Reigns carrying a dynasty with his cousins and everybody's got gold, you kind of aren't excited to see the father-son tag team, not duo. Yeah, the tag team duo. I don't care about Dominque and Rey Mysterio. I mean, it was cute in the beginning. Now it's just a waste of television. So I don't know. Put them on.
For you.
As usual. Yeah, I'm not interested in it. I don't want to say I speak on behalf of all of WWE, but we all know how we see the writers and things that turn out. So I think I'm speaking on behalf of 63% of us, which is a strong demographic. But yeah, I forgot what else I was telling you about earlier. We kind of had our sister catch up, but just, as usual, some things are going in the right direction. Big E is a champion right now, which is well damn overdue. But besides that, I'm just hoping the New Day comes in and gets a little bit of a championship shine. Hopefully, get it back from the Usos, and then that somehow puts us in a position to see the New Day as a I hate saying a threesome, but like as the three of them back together to just kind of go back and get that Black excellence back on the same show.
Okay, and what's the other one? The AEW? Is that the other one?
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if Ric Flair showed up on AEW because he also released himself.
Wait a minute now. Now the little I know Ric Flair's throwback. Wait, what the?
I mean, he's old and he's drunk, but he's so precious. His daughter Charlotte.
About a few athletes.
But yeah, Rick, even though he's a Hall of Famer, he was still under contract. So, he was still obligated to show up to certain events and show his face and do the little the walk. But he did ask for a release. The WWE obliged, and I don't think it's a coincidence that his daughter's husband is on AEW. So I would love to see, I forgot what his AEW name is, but I would love to see that gentleman not be managed by Vicky Guerrero and be properly just partnered with Ric Flair. I think that would be a dope tandem, much better than like MVP and Bobby Lashley, but we won't go there. I just think it would make more sense if he went to AEW. Everyone who was great and was underappreciated and undervalued from WWE ended up there and did phenomenal, and they're happy. So if we're talking about trading some pay for some work-life balance and some happiness, AEW is probably the place everybody's going to end up anyway. So slowly but surely, that roster is going to transition over there.
So you think the WWE is coming to an end? That cartel is going to be crumbling down as well?
If they keep letting Vince make the decisions on the two programs and make the most money and have the biggest outreach, I could see that happening like within the next 10 years or so. Triple H is a phenomenal creative person. I think Stephanie's more in the position of community outreach and things like that. We don't see much of Stephanie these days, but Triple H is a mastermind when it comes to finding talent, putting them in position, and getting them like in the right matches and the right shows in front of the right people. But Triple H only has jurisdiction over NXT. So I don't think it's odd that people have left the main roster to go to NXT so they can get more of their creative freedom back and be better appreciated by like a stronger fan base. But WWE's Raw and SmackDown is where more money is. So Vince, even though he's somewhat retired, is still the man who makes all the decisions, and he's not letting go too well. So I think Eve Marie, those two, her and Piper or Dewdrop, whatever we want to call them, are evidence that whoever's managing the two main rosters of WWE is paying more attention to TNA versus actual talent. And I thought we got rid of that before the revolution. So.
Well, I'll be okay. So it's not like Vince McMahon is a Jerry Jones. I mean, he's not, he's the CEO of the Cowboys, but he tried to be GM, coach, agent, all that. So it sounds like what Vince McMahon doing on the WWE, he won't relinquish control. You could be the owner and still make all your money without doing a day-to-day operation, but he just won't let it go.
Yeah, I think he'd rather run it into the ground and say he drove it than let somebody else drive it to success. So
I mean, it was already successful, but yeah, you rather wait. Now, Coach Stringer, you're such a business savvy type woman. If something's doing good, but then you see it on the way down, wouldn't you want to jump ship then? Like, okay, I'll retain ownership, but let somebody else do it. You would rather drive it to the ground yourself? Like, nope. I don't think that makes sense to me, but what do I know, right?
I mean, white privilege never makes sense. So
I'm just shocked right now. You just said Triple H and Nikki and I haven't heard these names in years. Like,
and they're still relevant. That's what I'm saying. Just, hop on Hulu, watch a couple, and you'll get right back into the drama like the rest of us.
Who was doing the sucky thing? Was that Triple H?
That was Triple H.
Yeah, that's crazy. He got me in so much trouble growing up.
All of us.
How?
All of us.
How?
Going around saying
because going around telling people to suck it isn't like the thing your parents want to hear.
Oh, from that's where that came from. I didn't know that came from him. Oh,
I got my book whooped.
Oh boy. Sorry that you had to endure that because of that one wrestler move that you just thought was too cute.
It was worth it. It was worth it.
That's crazy.
Hopefully we get a show on for y'all after SummerSlam. I'm trying to talk Smooth into it. I think I got his blessing, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
A little recap.
Yes, we shall see, ladies. Man, y'all have had this a great show, entertaining, too much laughs. Oh my gosh, too much catch up for Coach Stringer.
Telling you, come back, join the dark side. It's like you never left.
You call it the dark side? Why? Wrestling dark side? WWE? No.
I mean, people talk about it like, it's back in your past. So, just shake off the dust. Join the crew.
I'm going to try to watch it. I'm going to try.
You got to pick the right one to watch. I'll get with Bunny or
You need a
Smoove or somebody.
tutorial
I'll tell
on
you
it,
which
like,
episodes you need to get back
Please
on.
do. Please.
So you don't sit there disappointed like some of us are every couple of weeks. So make sure you get the right one.
Yeah, a good one to watch. For real, because my Dynasty show almost over, so I need something new to watch.
Dynasty.
I watched
Did you compare it to Dynasty?
That's my new show I watch, yeah. So I need.
I thought you meant the old Dynasty. Like we were talking about soap operas back in the day. Thought you were throwing a little bit.
They did a new series. It's the same show, but it's updated.
So if you can do that, you can watch wrestling again.
I gotta get to it.
Wait, is Dynasty and wrestling apples and oranges though?
Dynasty is a soap
Nah.
opera.
I heard about it from the 80s. I heard about it from the 80s.
They both had a JR. Like honestly, they may be the same show.
Oh man, I love the Dynasty, man. I love it. They call me
There's more diversity in WWE than there
I
was
believe
in
that.
Dynasty.
Oh wow!
You add one black person and you're more diverse than Dynasty.
I get it.
That's crazy. Y'all so funny. Oh, it's been an awesome show, ladies. Y'all rock, man. Oh, this was so entertaining and funny. Too much laughs in a couple hours, but it was all well worth it.
I gotta shout out my boy. I'm just gonna call him Boss Baby. I'm not gonna say his real name, but he tried out for Bob Orton's wrestling camp and he got in. So we may be seeing. I'm sure his stage name will not be Boss Baby. That's just what we call him because he's a grown ass man with a baby face. But just want to shout him out real quick because it's dope to know somebody who is working with Bob Orton 3 days a week. So shout out to him.
Gotcha. Oh, shout out to Miss Williams. I'm so sorry I forgot to acknowledge her earlier when she came on. Hi, Miss Williams. Thank you for tuning in. And for everybody else that is out there, if you're on Facebook, make sure that you like. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the Platform Sports Talk Show. And click on that bell because when we live, you are notified. Shout out to the host with the most, DJ Fred, aka Smoooth. Shout out to Stanton, of course, Jobo. And this is your girl Bunny, along with.
Go ahead.
Coach Stringer.
And
Cherita. By the way, if y'all know somebody who works for WWE, they need a better writer. Have them hit me up.
See, I was plugging in Coach Stringer all evening to make sure that the WNBA, NBA coaches, staff, somebody hollers at her. But then for you two, we need WWE or AEW, either or. Hey, y'all got a script writer right here waiting for you. I call her Amazon guru, but she's also the wrestling guru. Don't sleep on her. Me ladies.
And a journalism degree. I'm a Jill of all trades. Put me in.
Just saying.
We need to talk there. We need to talk.
See, that's what it's all about, ladies. That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate you all for joining us for the show. You got so much to say, and we got to do it again next month. What's next month? September?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'll probably go hiatus.
That new offer, that new school stuff. So, yeah, let me know.
Okay. Because, hey, Cherita, I don't know if you get the memo. Coach Stringer will be moving to a new head coaching job in another high school in the St. Louis area. But
nice.
We don't know yet. She can't say it, but when she does, the platform will love to be the one to release it. I mean, it's going to be like breaking news. This is big because Coach Stringer is a badass woman. Okay. People say,
let's go.
I'm just saying, hey, she had me laughing so much. I was like, we got to put these slogans on the shirt.
Hey, balls in the face.
I'm down. Take my money. I'll wear it just for the looks and Target.
For sure.
See, Coach Stringer gonna tell you whether people watch basketball or not. When they see that, they're gonna be like, "What?"
We gotta make that happen.
On the back foot, that's what she said. You gotta maximize the front and the back of the shirt. You gotta make it work.
I love it.
To make it happen.
Oh my God, Smoooth over here hating on us. It ain't toxic. We just talking facts. All right.
This is the women's evolution, Smoove.
She got
the women's evolution.
Thank you. Tell them, Cherita, because we got these soft boys. She's trying to make it to me, and they over here soft like that. You better get up there and dunk. You got 6'6" height and doing nothing with it. You soft. No. You better know.
Soft as shit.
Anyway, thanks again, ladies. I appreciate you all for coming on, make this an awesome ladies' night. And without further ado, what is our line, Miss Cherita? What did we say?
The audacity to be ourselves.
What? You better let them know.
Look at me hitting it on the cue. I'm learning.
That's what I'm talking about. Thanks for tuning in. Next week, again, another night of the Platform Sports Talk Show, 7 p.m. Central Time. We will have the regular men back in the building virtually. But of course, us ladies held it down tonight as always. We some badass women. And get ready for the next ladies' night. And on that note, we are out this piece.
Which way?